Okay, it's recording now. All right, group 11.
All right, so I have for number 1, it says which graphs are used to describe categorical data. I have pie charts and bar graphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, number 2 says, when given an example, what is the formula to compute p hat? P hat? Explain each formula, or each thing. So p hat equals x over n.
Yeah.
X, I just have, it's what we're looking for because that's what the guy said in the video. So I don't know if there's a better term for that.
Yeah.
And n is like the sample or all the pieces of it or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the X that he wrote down, he said it's the, or I was reading it, it's the number, this is how they described it because all those, I actually, anyways, I'll continue later, but it says the number of individuals in a sample with the characteristic you're focusing on. So as I was reading the different word problems, see, I struggle with word problems, and that's why I probably bombed the test, but anyway.
They were all word problems.
Yes, all word problems. So I thought that was interesting. It was like the sample with the characteristic you're focusing on.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Sorry. You guys can keep going. I have a small child momentarily. Here.
Okay, so number 3, I have what is the mean of the sampling distribution of the samples proportion p hat.
Okay.
So I have p hat equals just the proportion of the sample, and just the normal p is the proportion of the population. I don't know.
What was it? Sorry.
So I just wrote down that p hat equals proportion of the sample. Regular p is proportion of the population.
Yeah. P, and something I noticed too in the lesson with populate, like for just P population, it's also, I think, it's called true population.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Quiet.
Okay.
I'm in a meeting.
Okay, so what is the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the samples proportion p hat? So it's just the formula. So the standard deviation of p hat equals the square root of p minus, or 1 minus p multiplying by that divided by n.
Yep.
All right, and the difference between categorical and quantitative is that you can divide categorical into groups, and quantitative data is measured, and you could like divide it by 2 or something.
Yeah. Hold on, bud.
Created a pie chart. That was pretty simple. I did it wrong at first though because I didn't like separate them into different like, categories, but I got it. And
Combined them all.
yeah, I just like highlighted it all and then I tried to make a pie graph out of it and it just like didn't work and I was like, what the heck? And then I watched the video and it showed how to do it. So
It's box, a bunch of letters in it.
yeah, that's what I thought.
That?
I was like, this is the stupidest pie chart. It's not even a pie. It's just like
But I don't know what to do.
yeah.
I had to look it up.
Same. All right, and then it was like listing the data. So I guess I only did like 2 ways. Just 5 ways, I don't know. But I did the p hat equals 8 over 183 was the example he used. And so it gives you a decimal or a percentage to represent like the probability. So you can use the decimal or you can use the percentage of that for like freshmen, for example. Then I did the same thing with the sophomores. And then I just put it into like a chart, which was class, count, and the proportion. So it would be like freshmen. The number of them is 8. The proportion is 4% or 0.04. I didn't know any other ways how to do it, so that's all I got.
Yeah, I just listed it a couple different ways. Yeah, I didn't really do all 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pie chart and the bar graph, that counts, right?
Yeah. I was like, I can't think of anything.
That's what I was going with. Hey, stop.
All right. And so,
I
okay,
didn't
what is
finish
this? Is
mine.
weird. This one, it was like the video answered different questions than what was on the sheet. Anybody notice that?
Wow.
Did anybody see the end of that?
Yeah, it's giving a lot.
Anyways, but it says, what is the mean and standard deviation of the sample distribution based on 750 telephone users? So the mean is the 7% from the, I think it's from the true value from the total population. Or you could say 0.07.
Yeah.
And to find the standard deviation, you just use that formula with the square root of the p's and stuff.
Yeah.
And it says what z-score to use. They didn't answer that in the video. I guess I could just look at the answer key. So I don't really know what that is. I just have a z-score formula for it.
The z-score, I believe you put in the probability app, and then it gives you the area. And then
Okay.
with so with the z-score being 1.073, you just put it in the probability applet. I know. Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
What do you want? And then it'll give you the area, which is C. What do you want?
Okay.
What do you want? Here, you choose.
Then I got, it was like, wasn't listed on the question sheet, but this was in the video. It said, state in terms of p-hat, I guess the problem. And I don't really understand this, but I have like the total probability, and then in brackets it says p-hat is greater than 60 divided by 750. And I guess the explanation is that it is the probability that p-hat is greater than 60 out of 750 people that only use cell phones. I don't know. So
Which one
that's
is?
all I got.
Okay.
It wasn't a question listed in there on
Okay.
the sheet, but he
It's on
said
the
it in the
video.
video.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I don't know. Not the important. Okay.
All right. Well, cool. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.